Hi guys, and welcome to
Sorry guys, I'm waiting for a video to start. Oh, here we go. I don't know why this video won't play. Played beautifully this morning. Of course it won't now. There we go. No, there we go.
Well, America, no matter how many dry runs and preparation we put into this program, there will always be glitches. But we thank Mr. Colin Jacobs for sharing how much he loves his horse and how much it means to him and his family. The Carties know America well, as this video she took outside her house. As I said, welcome everybody to the last episode of July for Coffee with Cartos. And I'm sure a lot of people are relieved, as much as America and I are, that we can enjoy a glass of wine again in the evenings with our dinner, and that our children are back at school where they should be. And then also I wanted to say congratulations to all of you who have been vaccinated. I got my jab last weekend and did not have to take the recommended Panado. You have to wait 15 minutes to see if there are any reactions after you've had your vaccination. I did, however, feel the urge to chase some squirrels after my 15 minutes, which I had all the nurses in stitches. But the experience was awesome. It was wonderful. It was well organized and rather serious, hence thinking I needed to break the ice. As you know, the month of July has been dedicated to champions and what it takes to be one. Kaapstad Doors are one of those who donated enough shavings for a whole month so that we did not have to purchase any shavings, which saved us about 8,000 Rand. Donations, folks, do not always have to be in monetary terms. So if you have products like poles for our paddocks, fresh ote, good harnesses, or even farrier equipment, we would never say no. Today, we have another great lineup for you. We will be talking to James Fernie from Uthando Tours. We will be talking about how one hand feeds another. A bit cryptic, so do stay tuned. And then another heartwarming story is our Down Memory Lane feature, where our staff built Joey Solomon's a new stable for his horses.
Hi folks, welcome. If you've just tuned in, you are watching Coffee with Cartos. We are delighted to have you with us. Please like and follow us on Facebook and on YouTube. Don't feel shy to hit the share button. As you know, we need as many shares as possible to spread the word about Cartos. Please feel free to tell us where you're tuning in from the comments section so that we would love to meet you. And welcome, Kolani. I see that you've tuned in already to watch.
Awesome. Hey, Tulani. Folks, we are very lucky to have James Fernie here with us today, who is the founding director of the Responsible Tourism Initiative, a unique model of traveling philanthropy called Uthando, which means love in South Africa, established in 2007. James is also a law graduate. James recognized the enormous potential of tourism industry to contribute in meaningful, substantial way to communities, environmental development, and charitable causes such as ours. James contacted us via our website on the 20th of June 2019 at 12:15 to be exact. The reason I remember this special date and time is because Uthando has become a champion of ours, donating 94,100 Rand to be exact since 2019. Welcome, James, and thank you so much for joining us to talk to us about why you chose our project.
Good afternoon, ladies, and thank you very much for having me. I feel greatly honored and privileged, and looking forward to the conversation this afternoon.
Awesome. We're thrilled to have you, James.
Hi, James.
Could you give us a little bit of background on how Uthando came about and how many projects you support?
So basically, before I started Uthando in 2007, I was doing international marketing in the tourism industry. So with a company called Inspirational Places, and we were marketing small boutique hotels and safari lodges in South Africa to the international travel trade. And through the years, I really developed sincere and deep friendships with people in the tourism industry. And I recognized that many of them, were sitting in their offices all around the world and sending visitors to South Africa on holiday. Um, but they were also very passionate. They didn't just see South Africa as, a destination to send clients. Many of them were really very interested in the socio-economic prosperity of the country. And around that time, the whole concept of responsible tourism was starting to really gain traction. And in 2006, I visited a dance project in Hout Bay called Jikeleza Dance Project. And I sat watching these kids who came from Hamburg and Imazamayetu doing ballet and African dance. And I sat on the couch. I sat on the couch thinking, wow, imagine if I could bring visitors from all around the world to these type of projects where there are no other tourists are visiting. While at the same time being able to generate awareness and, of course, generate resources to help to sustain these community projects. And the more I scratched the surface of, what was happening in Cape Town, so I discovered these remarkable community projects, engaged in urban agriculture, music, dance, animal welfare protection programs. We also work with the Uthando Animal Clinic out in Khayelitsha.
Yes.
So that was really the idea, and over the years it's grown, and it's sprouted new roots and gone off in different directions, and we now involved in so many different types of programs, and offering different types of experiences, but essentially we are linking the tourism sector with community development programs in a myriad of unique and innovative ways, I would say.
It's a brilliant project and model to work from. And then, how did Cartos come onto your radar, and why did you decide to choose us as a project?
Well, I think we like to identify well-run, well-managed community projects that are operating in different spaces, and covering all sectors of development, so that when we have people on tours, like we had last week when you guys very kindly did a presentation for some of our clients, we weren't able to visit your center in Epping, unfortunately, because of COVID. But your presentation to the clients before they left the hotel was absolutely superb. They learned about the role that the association is playing in the protection of not only the animals but also the people.
Yes.
On the Cape Flats, and sadly, I wish, when you said that figure, since 2019, I would like to see that figure being dramatically increased, and because you do such amazing work and your impact is really large. But I'd also like to say, Uthando is all about stories. Our South African story, and all of these incredible stories of people doing fantastic work and the legacy of the work. So I think, the cart horses legacy of coming from District 6, the history around that, I think is extremely interesting. within the tourism space. And I've said to my colleague, Kolani, we are definitely going to look and explore greater avenues as to how we can weave the story of the Cart Horse Protection Association and the cart horse owners and cart horses into our narrative of raising awareness, but then also helping to raise badly needed resources to help sustain you,
Absolutely.
to help the people on the ground in the Cape Flats.
Yeah, but it was such a pity that we couldn't host you, but I loved meeting your clients, and the presentation was great, and you and Kulani learned a little bit more about what it is that we do, and thank you so much for being a champion for us and wanting to bring more people around and to bring in much more needed funds. But what are your challenges? Because you're also an NPO. During COVID, what has your challenges been? Not being able to actually host visitors from overseas to your projects?
Last year, in the second half of March, I think was a shock that took me a while, took me a few months to get over, because we actually had many tours lined up for 2020, and within the space of a week, you can imagine the emails coming in, cancelled, and we were in a state of shock, but we had to get over that, and very quickly we sent the message out to our donors and our friends and people that had been on our tours since 2008. That this is what we plan to do during the COVID times and during the lockdown. So we asked all the organizations, including you guys, how we can help. And we then spread that message out to our database. And I'm very proud to say that even though we had absolutely no tours last year, we were still able to distribute just on 5 million Rand. And that money came, and that was to 67 different community projects, from urban agriculture to seniors to feeding schemes to animal welfare programs. And so, we obviously had our challenges in that we didn't have any tours, and like everybody else, we were also subject to the COVID protocols, which made operating fairly problematic. But our vehicle that was normally full of people became full of groceries.
Food.
We were carting food around, and I had permission to be out and about. I think it, in many ways, the COVID crisis, I think, it's made us all reflect and try to reinvent ourselves and put a wind under our sails. And I know for me, after 13 years of running Uthando and doing the same sort of thing, it was I won't say a breath of fresh air, but it was a gale force wind that, we had to figure out, how we're going to adapt. If all goes according to plan and vaccination percentages increase and the virus subsides, 2022 should be a very busy year for us. We have a diary that is filling up quite fast with tours. So we are optimistic and we are hopeful, and definitely very enthusiastic to be incorporating the Cart Horse Protection Association in whichever way we can.
Oh, wow. Won't you tell us a little bit about your Act of Kindness campaign?
Yeah, so once again, I think, the events of the last few weeks, I'm a very emotional Cancerian. I can be extremely impulsive and extremely emotional. And like many South Africans, I think I was just in a massive state of shock. at the events that unfolded. And I've reached out to several high-profile, a brand company, a social marketing company, one or two high-profile celebrities who have indicated that they are interested to launch a campaign of kindness that will encourage a culture of kindness.
Sure.
You know, the way we think, the way we speak to each other, the way what we say on social media. And I'm starting with myself as well. I can be very hard on myself, and I can be very hard on people around me because I'm passionate and I have a vision. But I made a decision long ago when it came to, for instance, on social media. I am extremely aware of what I say and how I say it. And I would love to see us in South Africa speaking to each other on social media, particularly propagating a culture of kindness, because I'm of the opinion, you know, at the moment, the people that are causing the trouble are the radicals. They are on the fringes. But we have a sense of urgency to build the middle ground of South Africans, so that we can withstand the radicals and the people on the fringes. And in order to build that broad movement of people in the middle, it is incumbent on each and every single one of us to be kind to each other in how we speak to each other, in how we act to each other, in what we say to each other, and especially on social media. And so what I would like to do is I would like to encourage all South Africans to reach out to a community project. If you are an animal lover, reach out to the Cart Horse Protection Association or one of the many animal welfare projects. If you are interested in gardening, reach out to Seed in Mitchell's Plain or Abalimi in Bizakaya. And don't just give them money. Get involved. Spread the message of what they're doing. And in so doing, let's spread a message of kindness, of empathy, of understanding, and let's build the middle ground. We don't actually begin to understand how powerful each and every one of us is in creating the society that we want to see. And I know I might sound like a bit of a minister on a pulpit right now, but I feel it in my heart, and I am making the changes with myself. And I know how good it feels.
That's incredible, James, and you are so right. There needs to be more kindness out there. And like I said, if every family or individual does their bit, this world would be a much better place.
You know, I couldn't help but think last 2 weeks ago when the rioting and the looting was unfolding in KwaZulu-Natal and the heavy rain was falling in Cape Town. I just couldn't help but think that those were massive tears of Mandela. You know, especially as we were approaching his 103rd birthday. You know, this is not the South Africa that he envisaged, and so many people sacrificed their lives, time in prison. You know, that sacrifice must not be in vain.
No,
and it is incumbent on all of us to make the sacrifice now to build a South Africa that so many people sacrifice so much for.
And then, James, talking about Nelson Mandela, do you have a message for our listeners that you want to share?
Well, I think I've just sprouted out a very passionate message, but you know, I think Mandela and many other people who were involved in the liberation of South Africa had a vision of a country based on kindness and forgiveness and the working for the common good.
And exactly, and also the Nelson Mandela Day, sort of, giving back to the community, and your 67 rand, your 67 minutes, or anything like that.
Corinne, so what I'm wanting to say to South Africans is, why can't we actually do Mandela Day every day?
Yes,
why can't we make an act of kindness every day? And it starts with, the taxi that people get so angry about when they cut in. Let's accept that the taxi has 14 people in it that need to get to work. Let's just let the taxi in. Let's smile at the taxi driver.
It'll definitely change attitudes.
But James, it starts there.
But we have unfortunately run out of time, and we could chat all day. And absolutely loved having you with us today. And thanks for choosing us as one of your many well-deserved projects. And we are truly, truly privileged and blessed to be part of the Uthando initiative. And we wish you loads of success. And what you do is absolutely remarkable. And there really should be more people like you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Corinne and Marika. And thank you to you and all of your cartels owners and all of your staff for what you do for the animals and the people on the Cape Flats. And keep it up. And we are very proud and very privileged to be associated with the Cartels Protection Association.
Wow.
Thanks so much. Thanks for the time.
All righty. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.
Folks, next up, we will be telling you more about how one hand feeds another.
We are now at the end of July, where we celebrated Nelson Mandela Day on the 18th. The theme of this year was One Hand Feeds Another. As Colin said in the intro, his horse helps him put bread on the table. He is not the only one who feels that way. Worldwide, there are about 100 to 112 million working equids that provide a source of income for some of the poorest communities.
Hoe sal jou lewe wees sonder jou perd?
My lewe sal ondoorbaar wees met pere, want hoekom ek nie pere het nie, en was daar nie so veel behoort om my te wees nie. En as ek maar net so op die pad loop en so.
Wat doen julle? As julle nou uitgaan vir 'n dag, wat doen julle?
Ek moet tuin weer, en so, maak ek tuin skoon nou. Daar is 'n paar takke weg, en miskien 'n bietjie ys wat ek kry, wat ek daar huis neem nog so.
Okay, so you remove garden refuse,
Yes.
and if you can, then you pick up scrap metal which you sell for cash.
According to a study done in 2017 on our own carties, 163 horses supported 716 people in addition to the person working with the horse. On average, each person interviewed supported 2.9 children and 2.2 adults with the income they generated using their horse. Last year, a study conducted by World Horse Welfare showed that 86% of our cart horse owners here in Cape Town rely on their horses for 100% of their income. The majority of owners really care about their horses and do everything they can to take care of them. It is our mission to help them do that. As the horses help them put food on the table, so do our donors help us to keep the horses fed and healthy. Know that your donation makes a difference.
Oh, wow, Marika, another wonderful insert of yours. And I actually seeing the carties and the horses, I actually miss being at work and chatting to them and communicating with them on a daily basis.
I'm lucky that they come past my house and I can chat to them.
Now, I'm unfortunately in the southern suburbs, so at least you still got that connection, which is great. But it also proves that these working cart horses are so important to the livelihoods of the owners.
Absolutely.
Folks, next up, I would just like to thank Oliver Lazarus, who is making great strides on the circuit in Europe, So please follow and support him because he's doing us proud in South Africa. To Kim Wallace, who has indeed created a very special place at the Hot Bear Riding Centre. To Crest Livery and Riding School, who is fostering our beautiful boy Surprise, who is also making a name for himself. And last but not least, to Uthando for the unwavering support over the years and who all have supported us in our Mandela Day drive. There are so many more projects that you can donate to, folks. So like feed, shoes, harnessing, vet care, which is always very costly. Sponsored stable, as we also have 32 horses that we look after at our recovery and rehabilitation center. Or if you want to know more about what you can donate to, my email address is on the screen, and feel free to also give me a call. I'd love to hear from you. But as you know, we cannot do this alone. Nelson Mandela's theme this year is One Hand Feeds Another, and you have allowed us to look after the hardworking cart horses for the past 26 years. We would also like to thank all the donors who have donated their 67 Rand, and in most cases much more, to our Mandela Day drive. You are all champions to this campaign. So far, we have raised 15,000 Rand for our shaving drive. Yay! Thank you all. And so many horses are resting well, as we know now that the secret to a good night's sleep is a well-made bed. Cart Horse Protection Association offer free shavings all year round, especially now in winter that the horses' stables are warm and dry. So please consider donating. There's still time for the month of July, your 67 Rands, pounds, dollars, or euros to our project for this month. As I've mentioned before, it costs us over 100,000 Rand a year to keep these horses sleep tight at night. If you wish to continue to donate to the shavings drive, you are more welcome to, and let us know.
Right. Now, I want to try something that I haven't done before, so I ask everyone to be a little bit patient with me while I add another camera to the stream and mute this one.
You know that I'm always going on about SnapScan. So today, I'm actually going to show you how easy it is to donate. If I can just get this screen to work properly. Okay, there we go. So I don't know if you can see that. There's the app open on my phone, and it's dead easy to download the app. You go to the bottom right-hand corner. Oh no, I've lost it.
No, I can see it.
And big. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm trying to do. And now we can remove that banner.
Just lift it up a little bit.
And now, there we go. I think this camera is a bit slow. It has a bit of a delay. So you go to the bottom right-hand corner and you click on More. You see my finger? There we go. There it is. More. And then a little heart comes up with Donate. You click on Donate. Then you go to the top of the screen and you search for Cart Horse Protection Association. And it should come up. And you click on that. And voila, you can make your donation. So there you put in your amount. And remember to put in your reference at the bottom, just below where it shows you which card you're paying with. Your name and email address is automatically in there. So then you just add #coffee, and we know it goes towards this program. Or each any of our programs that you want to donate specifically towards, you do that. And that's as easy as it is. You don't even need the QR code. And then I'm going to try and switch that all off again.
Well done. That was very easy.
Yes, it's
Very
super
easy.
easy.
3 steps.
There we go. 3 steps and you can donate. I hope you enjoyed my little demonstration and it wasn't too lump. But please, I love SnapScan. SnapScan is my favorite way to donate. Yeah, I can't imagine why people aren't just clicking on SnapScan all day long.
Donating to us.
Yes. And remember that if you want us to send you a Section 18A donation, we need your contact details. So at least put your email address in there so that we know how to contact you. Next, I have a little bit of a surprise for Karen, because Karen is our animal lover in the office. So this week, the office cat video is dedicated to Karen and her nunus. If it were up to Karen, we wouldn't have any office cats, because she would take every single one home. But she's not a crazy cat lady. Oh no, she definitely just works in the right place, because our dear Karen wants to rescue every living creature. The animals can sense Karen's weakness, and they take advantage of her. The pigeons come looking for her when she's late with their lunch. Baby birds come and find her, like this little Cape Canary. Each morning, Sylvester eagerly awaits her arrival so that he can play with her and start bossing her about. Funny no. Wherever Karen goes, she finds Nunu to kiss and to cuddle. You definitely work in the right place, Karen.
Oh my goodness, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. Oh my word. I actually had no idea what to say, but I can take them all home. And as you clearly see, I've definitely found my niche in life, helping animals and most importantly, the cart horses on the Cape Flats. Oh, that was very special. I'm going to get a copy from you. But folks, up next, join us down memory lane. Joey Solomons had 4 horses, which hardly ever worked for scrap, but mostly used to transport wood to sell for an income and transport. He would also clean clients' yards and use his horses to take away the refuge to the local dump. He also does not rent out his horses and is always behind the reins. His stable yard management was not the best, but his horses were always in good condition. And if he could not afford to buy ote, he would collect vegetables from the surrounding areas to feed his horses. In 2016, Joey got very sick, and everything fell apart for him, his family, and even for his horses. The field staff decided to build him new stables to ease the burden. To this day, Joey Solomon's stables are maintained, and he also named a foal after us called Cart Horse Angel.
Oh, what a wonderful effort from all our field staff, the farriers, even management pitched in and helped build the stables. And it's wonderful to be able to give these horses a warm and safe place to rest. Folks, I think this is the longest live stream we've ever done. we are now at the end. If you've missed any of these interesting episodes this month, or any of the ones before, you can still access them either on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. And on that note, I'd like to apologize again. Last week, we didn't stream onto Facebook because I clicked the wrong button somewhere. We're still working our way through this. But it's available on YouTube if you want to go and watch it. On that note, please remember to like and share. We need your continued support. And we will see you next week. Stay safe.